In this Japan guide, you'll learn how you can capture China within 10 months and defeat the allies afterwards. And we'll use everything in the game. Tanks, navy and even strat bombers. For the designers, we are first going to get all of the production and factory output upgrades. We are gonna run the heavy agility fighter designer. For our submarines, of course, Mitsubishi Kobe. Then we're gonna use the task force for all of our capital ships and carriers. We're gonna use the escort for our screening ships and the raiding shipbuilders for our destroyers. Then the infantry tank designer for our couple of medium and light tanks that we're gonna run. And this is a very greedy build. With Japan you can defeat China in 1937. It is not that great in my opinion, because by ending the war early you don't get as much army mastery, so we don't want to do it too early. I want to get the Imperial Defense Plan first, which doesn't do anything for us. Research is very basic. Production, construction, engineering. We shall create one agency of spies. We're gonna cancel all the tanks. We're gonna change our carriers to start with naval bombers instead. And in general, you can bump all of these ships down to one. We're gonna destroy the early cruisers and all destroyers that aren't at least about halfway finished. And we're also gonna destroy those submarines. And then we're gonna add 2 convoys. Gonna bump this fighter up here. We're gonna add a second line for the fighter. We're gonna invest 3 into support equipment, and for now the rest can go into infantry equipment. We're gonna hire Hiraga as our navy guy. We're gonna send all of our planes over to Hiroshima. We are gonna stack up our navy as well. Navy has received a small change where you should use different task forces now, because every task force can only affect one region, but we're still gonna dev stack them under Yamamoto. And we have a naval headquarter now, which we are gonna get Koga, and this naval headquarter just gives us a couple of buffs in the naval regions close to the naval HQ. Then we can also, not patrol, we're gonna naval exercise our navy. We're gonna shift left click our army as well, and we're gonna split the army up a little bit. These guys go under Itagaki. We're gonna get these lads under Nishio. Then we're gonna get Red Hawk. We're not gonna hire a field marshal yet. That will be Tojo. Our current ones have XP malices, and I really don't want to get a guy with minus 35% leader XP gain or minus 10% leader XP gain if I can't avoid it. Then we're gonna set reinforcements on high, upgrades on low. We're gonna produce like 22 of those Chuton Shishidan. One slight RNG element of this run is the first army event that we'll get in about 40 days. Depending on that one, you can restart, you don't necessarily have to. I forget about one thing. We are gonna import steel from Menchiko, and then we're gonna keep a keen eye on our planes. We are just gonna pilot exercise them. Military coup, it's fine. I don't care about these two guys. If they die, they die. And then we are gonna get the Showa aircraft industry and the Kawagoe army arsenal, just because that gives us a whole 4 mill factories very early on in the game. We got the G2, and now we're gonna get army department, naval department, air force department, suicide pills, and commando training. In the February 26th incident, we put an end to this farce, because that gives us the historical Japanese focus tree. We are gonna put you into Nanjing, one of our spies, and as I already alluded to, Tosho, you're the man. There we go. You may shoot wherever you want to first. This is one thing with the RNG. You should do these decisions. You should comply with the army wherever you can, because that is a decent malice. Which is also why I didn't hire a chief of army just yet. Sometimes you get the event where you have to hire a chief of army. I would prefer the army offense guy, but we need the army XP gain, so we're gonna get Tojo as well. Just a little bit of nepotism in my feudal Japan. Here's also the thing where this is very greedy. Usually you would get your military minister thing here already, so you can continue going down your focus tree, but we're not that interested. We're gonna get the ground support specialist because we are more interested in becoming strong early. Just keep on doing your departments. This is very important. And I guess in the meantime, you can also put up local police force. Get instilled aggression, the fleet interoperability, and night fighting. Aggressive assaulter, offensive doctrine on Tojo, infantry experts wherever you can get them. And we're just gonna continue increasing armament spending. One thing we can also prepare, or I guess 2 things, a naval invasion into Shanghai and a naval invasion into the province to the north of Shanghai. You don't always need this, but sometimes China is is rather defensive, and here is an airport, so if you can get that airport, you are very well off. Which is also, we're gonna build 2 airports in East Hebei. I'm just gonna do it now, so I don't forget about it. Waiting a little bit and getting the 1 more mill factory is better, but yeah, I don't want to forget about it. We're also gonna ignore Korea. It's not super useful. We don't really need Korea right now. And then we shall revisit the 21 demands, concentrate on industry today, and we're gonna puppet the Mongol military government, also known as Mengjiang in this timeline. We're gonna build the cheapest cast that we can afford, although I guess I waited so long we can also afford fighter. These don't have to be great. We are fighting China after all. They do not even have guns, so this is perfectly fine to crush China. About 9 on the cast for now, and we might as well import 1 rubber from Siam. Then we shall get the decisive battle expert, and because we have the truck event, I am just gonna add a 2nd truck here, just so we make sure that we get it in time. We're gonna get bolt attack as well as proper heritage in a second, if we can get it. Then we shall reinforce the East Hebei garrison. 2nd spy time, we might as well get the Chinese, and we shall prepare a collaboration government on the Chinese, which kills our trade, but that is one thing with Japan that you just have to deal with. Japan does not have industry. We're gonna get radio as our next tech, and then we can get the Grand Battle Plan. Oh no, not the Grand Battle Plan expert. I knew something was wrong. We're gonna improve relations with nationalist Spain and send them an attaché. Immediately cancel the improved relations. That will give us a little bit more army mastery. Then we shall get the logistical focus, and in the meantime we can drop our army up here. We're gonna draw 2 fronts just so we get planning bonus with our guys. Then we are gonna drop all of them here. We're gonna keep our mobile divisions in the back, and the rest can go on the front lines. I think we can also convert these guys into the Hoishidan already. Yeah, that's fine. And then we shall finally tend to our political tree. Then let us drop some CAS and some fighters here. Of course, immediately send them to do stuff. Yamamoto, torpedo bomber, cruiser captain. And then we can get the Grand Battle Plan expert. We shall approach Mitsui in the meantime. And as you can see, we are playing musical chairs. We will just have 50 different, I guess 5 different leaders as Japan. The army wants a larger army. That one you can always do by just creating, you know, a Chonko division and then transforming a couple of divisions. You should never fail this one. I'm gonna set up the naval invasions already. The war kicks off. Now we're gonna delete a couple of things. There we go. This line, this line, this line. We're gonna add all of you, and we gotta strike while the iron is cold. Ideally, we can get these 2 Chinese nations out before they join the United Front. Sometimes you can do this. This is not guaranteed, but I mean, if you can get them as puppets, this is very nice. Okay, they actually did join. There we go. We have also landed in Shanghai, and there's nobody here actually. Okay. Usually there's a little bit of resistance, which is why I sent 2 naval invasions. You don't have to. You can greed for 1, but sometimes China is very defensive here. It actually fucks with my plans a little bit. If there's nobody here, I am kind of tempted to just push a little bit. I'm gonna drop these lads over here already. Our mobile divisions. And then I'm just gonna auto this front. With your navy, as I said, you would just stop, send them back home, conserve your fuel a little bit. If you want to, you can go for encirclements here. This will conserve a little bit of equipment and manpower, but also you don't necessarily need to, like, you can battle plan China as Japan relatively easily. You might as well do something while you watch your guys race. Speaking of which, one decent chunk of this campaign will be to micro your planes. Having a couple of planes over in Shaanxi definitely helps. Why are we encircled? I guess I'm just too good. Too good for my own good. There we go. Just continue encircling when you can. Then we shall get the infantry expert. Next, we're gonna go with Sumitomo. We're gonna approach them. Okay, we got a pin here. And that is China number 2 out, which will also allow us to link our entire army into one front. We can add an operational integrity doctrine, and we are gonna get infiltration tactics. This gives us a little bit of max planning right now, which is why I didn't pick large unit tactics just yet. We don't really benefit from the 5% entrenchment that this would give us. You really shouldn't, but I've played this game for 30 minutes now. I can't be asked anymore. There we go. I set up all the planes on auto. They can now deal with meeting on the front line. We are gonna agree to American terms. I guess we can reform the army already. Fighting in Shaanxi just isn't that fun with the supply here. So once this one flips to us, in a week, this whole battle up here should be so much more chill. There we go, we have supply again. While I am microing quite a bit right now, you don't necessarily have to do this. You can battle plan China. You might have to wait a little bit, get some planning bonus and such. For the most part, you can just dunk on China without any trouble. Then we are gonna incite tensions. Now we have the Harakiri debate. Our government is collapsing and I shall fix it in 14 days. We are just gonna continue down to the new order in East Asia. Logi Wizard on Tojo. I love seeing the Chinese front lines. It's just nothing there. And then we can get large unit tactics. I should have set everything up again. We're gonna trade with the Dutch East Indies. And then let's get the AA. And now, since we have our faction, we can do either the joint research practices or a joint command structure. I'm gonna do the joint command structure. There we go. That was the last thing I was waiting for. Xinjiang joining the Chinese United Front, because now we get all of China. A very big, large and happy China. Field engineering. Next doctrine. If you do like borders, you should probably turn off the video now. What we are going to do is we're gonna play efficiently, which is not pretty. We are puppeting everyone right now because of research sharing. Research sharing is so busted with a lot of puppets. There we go. That's what you... Why did I keep you in power? I feel like I shouldn't have kept you in power. Next, we develop joint research practices. Okay, we're gonna become spy master, get the elusive gentleman, and then I will create a theater. We have a little bit of an economic boom now. I'm actually going to build a couple of civs just because we were this early with the war. As always with Japan, if you want to, you can now strike the allies. You can wait until the Spanish Civil War is not going. We defeated China. You can team up with Germany to knock out the UK early, but I'm gonna try to keep this... I wanted to say historical, but I think it's too late for that. We're gonna try and keep this a little bit close. We're gonna attack in 1941. I shall also commit seppuku, and we will get a couple of light tanks as Japan. It's actually not that bad with this DLC, because Japan tank actually does work, Doobie. Trust a ton on tanks and ton on support equipment. Naoki Hoshin, I don't know who that is. I need him. You shall not have my boy. We can guide the Zaibatsus now, and we shall hire Sumitomo. I'm actually gonna set up a collab government in Malaya. No! This was not part of my plan, but we do have to do a couple of these here. We do have to do the expedition to Tibet, because otherwise we are not gonna get a couple of these very nice modifiers. And let's get the radio tech. And it is time to spam mill factories. So with our navy, we are just gonna get a proper carrier, not one of those stupid AI carriers. Yuck AI. That should do fine. And then we shall also get a torpedo destroyer, because I like them so much. Oh, so much. You can't play Hearts of Iron 4 without building a couple of submarines, can you? Then one thing that we still want is one of those ass early game battleships. Just do not look at the stats, man. Naval bombers, the air defense does not matter. That only matters against fighters, so you can just keep them cheap. With our air, we are gonna get air power protection and the industry liaisons. Then I'm just gonna claim the Raven Crown. Let's do one collaboration government in Malaya, and in the meantime we can infiltrate Tibet. I swear what I'm doing here is relevant to the game right now. The only reason why I'm going for Tibet right now is because we were too quick. Otherwise I would have just gone down to getting the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere. I forgot. I should have added all of my facilities earlier as well. We're also gonna get the smoke generator tech. We're gonna convert all of our crappy infantry into the HoI4. We're gonna add support AA. We're gonna remove the cavalry. We're gonna get the Recon Industry Institute. We do have to boost them once so they become influential. We're building navy, so we gotta go with damage control. Also research the radar special project. We're gonna establish contact, and then I'm gonna influence the Tibetan people, because I'm an influencer. Be influenced. Guy with a very cool hat. Buy Hearts of Iron 4, the new DLC. And subscribe to the channel. We shall also set up a very cool and hip speedy division. That will do for now. Let us turn all of these into the Chidusha Shidan. Then state Shinto in education. And then we shall at 15. Taude. We can also get the engineers with research. You know, just get the construction tech as always. Get it on time. Then we will get the heavy MGs. And there we go. We might as well upgrade our marines a smidge and produce more of them. Before we get the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere, we're gonna do Great Japan Industrial Patriotic Association. And then I will flip Tibet. And now we have the Tibetan Empire. I should also get a collab government in the Dutch East Indies. And then let's get the 1940 airframe already. And I will upgrade the fighters' survivability studies. And then we must pursue prosperity for all of Asia. This is not efficient, but we might as well complete our little Asian infinity gauntlet. So I'm also gonna get Nepal, declare war on Bhutan, click all of these juicy decisions, spec fully into CAS at this point. Let's go ham. Then we're gonna get the flamethrower tank. And we might as well get the anechoic tiles. It's not great, but I am just gonna invest in Senbu. With how many Chinese divisions we got, this should actually help us keeping China in check. Okay, we can send our attaché to Germany immediately. I knew something was off. I forgot about the dockyards at the beginning of the game. I was wondering why I couldn't build the destroyer here. Radar tech and the 1940 improved computing machines. Not sure what this is. That looks like a machine gun, but it is an AA gun. I do trust you with your interesting mustache. I don't know why everybody wore this mustache. It looks so dumb. I'm sorry if you wear this mustache right now. Admittedly, if you still wear this mustache, I don't think I want you to watch my videos. It is not personal. Oh, a little bit. Right, we're gonna approach Mitsubishi now. And I also want the Italian attaché in a second. I really want to know what's going on under this bald cap. Still want to go Nanshinron. Tonkinese bases, occupy Indochina. And we could technically occupy Siam, but I'm just gonna invite them. There we go. We also get the better artillery. And at this point, I am just gonna start spamming more into submarines. We're gonna get carrier battle groups, the better radar tech, and diesel power emergency pumps. We can also upgrade all of our ships a smidge with a radar. And of course, fire control. Also add fire control. 6.6. I guess that is okay. We are gonna... At like 15 on that, we are gonna have to get speed research now. Fuck off. Okay, we're gonna improve relations with you. You have a nice little fizz. Thank you. I just said it. We need the engines. Sure, I'm gonna spend the 30 PP just because you have such a cool hat. I am just gonna go down here just to finish the inter-service rivalry. So we shall instill the spirit of Bushido. Let's get construction and assembly line production. We are gonna put up a collab government on the US, and our Marines are gonna attack Kotabaru. These two offensives right now. You are gonna be the Pacific Theater. We're gonna guard every single island that we have with these 36. Then I'm gonna use these 36 in the main islands, as well as Korea and this little piece in China. And for this one, we can actually use the old guard. That is perfectly fine. Defensive doctrine and the unyielding defender. I'm also gonna assign breakthrough to everyone. We're gonna dump these here. We're gonna build about 5 air bases in Yunnan. Let's prepare the southern fronts. Add the logistics companies to the tanks, logistics and the flame tanks to the marines as well, and flame tanks to the Hoishidan as well. Then we are also going to stack up the navy. Final time to train them. Final time to get some more navs onto the ships. And then I'm also going to deploy all the fighters, and we can train these already. Let us pick up range attack. We're going to reassign our theater over to Burma. Let's go for this. Ooh, I never picked up the Mitsubishi president. Also should have done that one. Oh, the nepotism here is so based. So with that, we can strike this southern road. Torpedo swarm tactics. And then we are also going to get operational air support and free air XP. Dastardly free air XP. Then let's get the logistics company. Get the advanced flamethrower. Then we're also gonna pick up the deep ocean air control. And we might as well already pick up the wolf packs. Then we're gonna create a new task force made up of our submarines. And we're gonna send these over here. We can split them off from Yamamoto. Do we have a ferry? Yes, Daigo. Give him Silent Hunter. Then we can put him up on convoy raiding. Control right click him to Champa to remove all his regions. And we are just gonna go on patrol here. I'm gonna drop 1,000 fighters over here. Air superiority. We have a couple of fighters still on the home islands. These we're just gonna put up on interception. That way they're not burning any fuel. And if the AI bombs us, we can, these guys will start using fuel or will start flying. Submarines are pretty much extending over to Hawaii from the Dutch East Indies or Singapore. Then we are gonna build the dams here so we can get down to resource security. And then after that, we can go back to the inter-service rivalry a little bit. Malaya! Knock knock! It's the Japanese! These ships are up, these are going. We have the advanced flamethrower. I'm just gonna get the basic medium tank now. We are gonna swap the flamethrower out just for the 5% more attack or whatever you get there. And then we can also convert these from stockpile. Okay, it's it's over for Malaya. Let's drop these here. We're gonna drop a couple of CAS over here. We're gonna, sure, Mr. Bose, join me in our conquerization of Burma. Second naval invasion. Sadly, despite this only being like 2 meters, we still need to wait 50 days to prepare this. Then I'm just gonna take like these 33, and these will be the garrisons for Singapore, the Dutch East Indies and such. Okay, we almost have the supply in Manilei, and then I'm just gonna get some intel on the Raj, and we can form our department. I'm actually gonna get the commander expert as well now, and we do have to create some railroads. I'm just gonna get a little bit of CAS over here just so we can deal with this naval invasion. We are just gonna pick up the ranger upgrade just so we get a couple of jungle modifiers. You might not notice, but there are a lot of jungles where we're fighting right now. India. I am kind of tempted to just battle plan India. Look at this. We can probably just battle plan India. There we go. We have the naval superiority. Mexico joins the allies. I do not care, for I have all my resources now. No, Yamamoto! Who could have seen this coming? We're gonna get Kondo as a replacement. You're almost as good as Yamamoto. Not really. Yunnan, let's talk about this a little bit. What you're doing right now. I do not like it. Give me back my India. And then we can establish the state of Burma, which doesn't do anything. Sure, okay. Oh god, India! There is nobody here! And, yeah, we are definitely gonna strengthen the supply lines. Minus 25% supply consumption is a bit. The rest of our forces, they can defend India and Burma for now. And this is exactly why I wanted to get the light tanks, because now we are just on the other side of India. In the meantime, while these guys are advancing, I am just gonna take the 5 Marines, and we're gonna attack Ho Ching. And there goes the Raj. Don't forget about the trade ports. We should actually put up a couple of troops here on the Iran border. For once, I'm actually gonna play a little bit like you're supposed to, because they can do countenance at it. I could do Operation Countenance. There we go. Smart. I'm smart today. Iran, this is not personal. I just know about your focus tree, so sorry, I guess. And then we gotta get underway replenishment as well. Super important if we want to attack the US. Why did you stop? Oh god. So, naval invasion is ready. We're gonna have to split you up once, so you go to both naval zones. I expected as much from the allies. Nobody is here. It's looking very bad for the allies right now, considering Italy is pushing into Jerusalem. I am gonna produce 10 Hoi-Shidan, and then we can just dump them over here, just in case Italy loses all of Africa. I will send one chunk of our troops over to the Philippines. Let's attack these 2 tiles. Bro, can you imagine how terrifying this would be? You're chilling in Tel Aviv. From the west, you see Italians marching towards you, and from the east, Japanese? How did they get here? And then I'm also gonna get the marine upgrades, Marines upgrades? I'm gonna upgrade our Marines. I don't even see how Mussolini could fuck this up at this point, so I'll just let him be. Bro, Mussolini, how did you... It is Mussolini. Why am I surprised? I mean, it was my mistake. I just shouldn't have helped him. I knew it was gonna happen. I feel so tricked. The fact that I'm building strat bombers because that way I can get 20% more port strikes. Paradox is toying with me. Usually I would help Germany, but for the purposes of this guide, we're gonna assume that Germany isn't doing that well. So I'm not gonna help them, but if Germany is in this position, at this point, I would recommend you also just help them. There we go. Now it's better. Although it could actually drop into Hawaii immediately. but this is fine. I'm gonna use Ceylon here as a way to grind our strat bombers a little bit. This front has fallen completely. Yoink over here. There we go. Now the Italians don't get this crap, and we are just gonna free them quickly, and we can do resource security. Mussolini, I swear if I have to go over here one more time, I'm gonna slap you on your bald fucking head. And he's leaving! You are such an asshole! Look at this! Yes! Our mastery! I hate that I'm actually enjoying this. I was a bit scared for a second. The fall of Pearl Harbor, oh no. But no, I'm playing Japan. Yes, I want Pearl Harbor to fall. Then I shall select the army. We are gonna dump them over to Japan, so they're close to the US. We're gonna train them. Press B to railroad them over here, and then we're just gonna wait. Bhutan, hold the line. Actually, that's not Bhutan. Who is this? Tibet, hold the line. Kick the Turks out. There goes Turkey. Immediately strike those islands. May I finally divide my attention to America. 4 carriers on each side here. Here we have all the non-destroyers, and here we have our destroyers. Just send them all out, and we're going. Oh, we have new flag, and we have Guy. We have John Japan, who looks different. Over to San Francisco. 25 days. In the meantime, these guys are just gonna grind up on the Americans a little bit. I'm also gonna send a spy over here. This will reduce the enemy planning percentage here. Doesn't matter too much because they're constantly attacking, so they're not gonna have any planning, but it is a nice little bonus that you can always do. Honestly, not super interested in with pushing right now. I kind of want to get Sacramento so we get the supply hub here, and I guess we might as well get the radar. And since we're already here, we might as well get the airbase. But I didn't want to push here. I genuinely didn't want to push here. I just wanted to plonk my tanks down, and then the tanks could grind up a little bit. But it looks like Hirohito has other plans. I mean, Roosevelt, no, who are you? Truman? No, we still have Truman. I know about Americans. They're the ones with the T. There we go, we're just gonna start the tank offensive. I love this game. And there goes San Diego. With the America War, I could have told you that you should go for encirclements, micro your air force, micro your army, but honestly, at this point, you're so strong. I just battle planned here. The only little thing that we needed was the naval invasion here, and the rest is just solved on its own. Even though this is all red, I should move a little bit of CAS away, build a couple of air bases. At this point, I am going to call it. You have 1,150 factories. The only thing left is the United Kingdom. You have all of America. You can land in the UK yourself. And if this was helpful, why don't you watch my guide for the 30 minutes in hell achievement?